The Nigerian equities market is starting the week with bearish sentiment as the absence of a near-term catalyst is tilting overall market sentiment to the negative side. Analysts at PFI Capital say they expect some bargain hunting on attractively priced stock this week. Olumide Sole, an investment analyst at PFI Capital, joins me to discuss market sentiments. Thank you so much for your time on the show today, Olumide.
Thank you.
Now, looking at the performance of the equities market, bearish sentiments continue to prevail. We saw what played out on Friday, intraday performance, and as we speak right now, the bears are not losing their grip on the market.
Yes, and that was majorly driven last week by Access Corp and UBA, that's banking stocks, due to their earnings which they released last week.
Yeah.
And I would say, although we saw an increase in that's the profit for the year, but it was not still encouraging. It's not still impressive because it's single-digit growth. That's about 2% growth in profit for the year, which is not impressive. So it's fall below investors' expectations. So definitely still seeing some sell-offs, investors adjusting their portfolio and still enough to put their money in other useful.
Exactly. And let's also talk about the subsectors, looking at investors, the industrial markets, looking at consumer goods, oil and gas, insurance, and much more.
Yes, that's for the consumer goods index. We saw that's for dank sugar. Dank sugar drove the bearish sentiments, which we saw last week. While for insurance, that it was majorly driven by NAME. Then for oil and gas, it was Wando, and for industrial, it was WAPCO. They all drove this bearish sentiment, and this was majorly on the back of macroeconomic headwind, which we are currently facing as inflation rose to about 20.52% year on year, which is majorly driven by high diesel prices and other structural challenges such as insecurity and high logistic costs and so on, affecting the
and this generally also reflects in the market capitalization value and volume of transactions we also see in the equities market, wouldn't you say?
Yes. We will say definitely, because investors are probably wary of the macroeconomic headwind.
And the elections coming up.
And the elections coming up. Yeah, that's the uncertainty created by the elections coming up, and the heated. This is going to be one of the most competitive elections we have seen in Nigeria. So that has probably created uncertainty in the environment, and just hold and observe what is going on before we can.
Okay, let's talk about now your forecast for the rest of this week, looking at the fact that we're also inching towards the latter part of the month of September, which marks the third quarter of the year.
So we will likely see bargain hunting, like I mentioned. Investors will definitely cherry pick some of these stocks, and also we'll see it's going to be a mix, because the macroeconomic headwinds they're not going to leave anytime soon. We're still going to be experiencing some of them, so they are definitely going to still be impacting earnings of companies, which we'll definitely see going on. But still, some stocks are still going to be resilient, be able to weather the storm, and so definitely those stocks will definitely wade in bullish sentiment, while the ones that the macroeconomic headwinds will affect will definitely wade in bearish sentiment. So it's going to be a mix of both.
And also looking at the play out of the market, especially in line with electioneering activities, campaigns are going to start and a whole lot more. Really now, in terms of participation, we are seeing a growing population of local investors playing big. But right now, the sentiment is just sit at the fence, watch. So we are not necessarily seeing a pullout that would have seen with foreign investors come into play. So what do you think would likely whet the appetite of the local investors at this point in time? You made mention of the fact that irrespective of the earnings seasons and reports coming, that's not enough to whet the appetite.
Yes. Another, we still have the fixed income market where the local investors are definitely playing in. But the earnings and if we see an improvement in the macroeconomic headwinds, maybe inflation starts abating and so on, we are likely going to see local investors.
So you're one of those who believes that the equities market is gradually losing its attractiveness, and then the fixed income market is taking all of those?
Yes. The fixed income, like last week, we saw bullish sentiment in the fixed income market. We saw buying pressures, and that was definitely, which can be attributed to sell-offs in the equity markets.
So that attractiveness is going to last a little longer than we'll see the equities market bounce back, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we're going to see it. It's going to last for quite a while now.
Okay, now, in terms of our overall performance now, your forecast, you made mention of the forecast for the remaining weeks of the month of September, but pushing that a little further, playing pundit, what do you think would also play out as we are seeing more activities coming up for the last quarter of the year? These are the ember months. How do you see the shape of taking up?
We're likely going to see demand. Demand is going to continue increasing. We're likely going to see demand. So also, this could also impact earnings of companies, especially the consumer goods sector. We're likely going to see demand for several products. So definitely, it's going to impact their earnings. So it could boost their earnings, and which could also weigh in bullish sentiment into some of the stocks. Because, for instance, now the consumer goods year to date is about 2.something%, which is not it's not impressive. It's not impressive. And definitely, we can see more of it. We can see growth in it. And this was driven, the bearish sentiment was in there was driven by Nigerian breweries, Nestle, and some other companies that drove the bearish sentiment. But with what's now in the ember month, towards the end of the year, we're likely going to see demand stronger.
And Christmas is coming in.
And Christmas is coming in. Demand is going to be stronger, and this could definitely impact the earnings also.